ReefBum is sponsored by Bulk Reef Supply and Ecotech Marine. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. So this past Saturday I visited Reef-A-Palooza New York, and in this video I wanted to pass along some of my observations of the show. But before we do that, if you want to help support the channel and pick up some SPS frags, please visit reefbum.com. And with that, let's get into the video. Alright, so here are some random thoughts about the show. I wanted to go live when I was there, but I couldn't pull it off. I didn't have a good cell phone signal. There was no free Wi-Fi, so just a little note in the suggestion box for next year. Free Wi-Fi at the show would be awesome. So it was great to see some old reef keeping buddies at the show, as well as some of my past guests on Rapping with ReefBum, and some of the people that have been tuning into the channel. Really, really cool to have some conversations with folks in person. The other thing I noticed, it seemed like there were fewer vendors this year at the show versus past years, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Specifically in terms of vendors, seemed to be a lot of dry rock aquascape vendors there. I saw the Carib Sea folks and the Life Rock, which is what I'm using in my 187 gallon reboot. Love the arches. There was another one called Aqua Roach, I believe. They've been at the show in the past, but I didn't really notice them until this show. Thought it was really cool in terms of how they have these modular aquascapes that you can kind of move things around and don't necessarily have to glue them into place, but I guess I would if I was using that stuff. One other note about vendors, I did finally get to see the Ecotech Radeon Gen 6s in person. Just seemed like great coverage, great spread on those lights, so that was certainly impressive. Coral vendors, you know, I don't know, it just seems like more and more of the coral vendors have, you know, their corals on display under blue lights. I'm not into the whole blue light thing. I know a lot of folks are. That's not my, you know, bag. But I kind of find it hard with the blue lights to really see things that stand out in my eyes. I know that the blue lights bring out a lot of the fluorescence in the corals, but I like the named corals, some of the classic, more old school corals. So I think for me, shopping online seems to be easier to pick out what I like versus seeing the stuff in person under heavy blue lights. But that's just me, you know, that's just me. But two of the biggest reasons why I went to the show, and I'm just being honest here, being real, is one, to pick up this gorgeous, gorgeous captive bred regal angelfish. I love regal angelfish. I have one, actually a misbar regal in this 225 gallon Peninsula tank. I saw this captive bred one that has some crazy misbars on it. It's small, it's very young, it's about an inch big, but I just, you know what, it's my jam, so I had to pick that up, and I met a hobbyist at RAP to pick it up. So that's probably why I didn't stick around too long at the show. I wanted to get back home to get that fish in the tank. I'm not putting it in this Peninsula tank anytime soon. It's right now in one of my 50 gallon frag tanks, so just kind of wanted to get acclimated to, you know, that tank, and then eventually I'll move them either into this tank, which I would you know, probably use an acclimation box to do that since I've got another regal in there, or I would put the regal into the 187 gallon tank. But I've got some corals in there, especially a meat coral, that he probably would find pretty tasty. So we'll see. The other big reason I went was to pick up a whole bunch of salt from Chris Wood at Captivate Aquaculture. Chris is nearby in terms of the show in New Jersey, so I met him, and yeah, just filled up the car with salt to bring back home. I probably got about, I don't know, a 10-month supply of salt from Chris, so I'm really, really psyched to start using that salt. So there you go, some quick observations about the show. Always a good time. So that's a wrap for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Be safe and be well, and we will see you next time.